one word will...
I can do it.
I can do
Let
it.
me get a screenshot of that.
I can do it.
Yay, yes, you
Thank
are.
you. So a lot of apps like this have words. It's actually just letters. So the intelligent energy has to formulate words from letters. Bear in mind, they don't always speak English. I don't know how that works, but it does. And sometimes one word will...
I can do it.
I can do
Let
it.
me get a screenshot of that.
I can do it.
Yay, yes, you
Thank
are.
you. So...
Hi everyone, I'm here with Salt today, and we are at the base of Grief Hill, which is a new area that I have not explored, but Salt was led here by Spirit, and
yeah, I just drove here. I just drove here one day, and they actually hadn't had it developed yet. It was just an old hiking trail. They just recently developed, and I was drawn here, and I found it very beautifully energetically really beautiful, believe it or not, even though it's called Grief Hill. And there were many spirits here, and I'm sure there still are. It seems they died very suddenly.
Almost in the same way that I find it very peaceful to go to cemeteries.
Yeah.
You know, so...
I know, that sounds weird. And they died here suddenly, and it feels peaceful.
Yeah, sometimes when you're around places where people have died, you're also at the same place where they go and cross over.
Yeah.
And there's a significant energy of spirits moving to the light, and so it can feel very peaceful around death sites still. So on the way here, we were kind of curious because we're like, did you call it Grief Hill or is it actually called Grief Hill? You know, I didn't know. So I asked Salt to ChatGPT, and here's what we found out.
There's an area in Camp Verde, Arizona called Grief Hill. Historically speaking, why is it called Grief Hill?
In the 1860s, this route was the primary path for freighters and military convoys traveling between Fort Whipple in Prescott and the Verde Valley. The steep and rugged terrain made the journey perilous, leading to frequent accidents and hardships. According to a February 21st, 1999 article in the Prescott Daily Courier, the road was referred to as an infernal breakneck pitch known as Grief Hill.
How many people died on Grief Hill?
Specific records of fatalities on Grief Hill are scarce. However, historical accounts mention incidents such as a December 1866 attack by Apaches that resulted in the death of a private soldier. Additionally, a May 1869 attack by a large force of Indians led to the loss of a wagon train from Fort Whipple and the wounding of 5 members of its military escort.
So basically, this was an old wagon trail that went through this area, and some of the soldiers went through, and some of the earlier settlers went through, and the Apache Indians attacked some of the soldiers and settlers and killed them. So that's what the app said basically, and that was
some Native American raids.
And raids, yep. And that would have been more in the late 1800s.
Yeah.
No, I know when I was walking here prior, I felt a lot of sudden death, like something very catastrophic occurred. There is volcanic mountain ranges all behind us, so perhaps there was a big volcano that wiped out a ancient civilization, you know, prior to the Apaches and the settlers. That's kind of what I was getting.
Yeah.
Usually souls kind of come up to be crossed over, and I was doing that one day, and some very large, giant, like humanoid type etheric being came up behind me. Like, what are you, you little weird thing, and what are you doing here? And I was like, huh, you're different. And it was almost like, hey, I'm the chief, I'm in charge. And it wasn't chief like Indian, it was like a giant male, big ego, big grunty type, primitive, but intelligent, but primitive. So we're gonna see what we could...
Yeah, and I think whenever you come to an area that's active, it does require a medium or intuitive or sensitive to use discernment, because there's different timelines layered upon one another. So as you're experiencing different spirits, entities, beings, it's good to use some different tools to help discern. And so if we run into that today, that's what we'll do, and we'll share that here.
Otherwise, we'll just have fun.
Yeah,
but I think we're
definitely going to have fun either way.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
All right, so we're just kind of entering the trail area on Grief Hill, and somewhere Lakota is running around.
Yeah, somewhere Lakota's out here.
Looking for mountain lions.
Hopefully not. Hopefully mice.
And we've been checking for tracks. Salt's explained to me what to look for because they're known to be in this area.
Yeah, we'll see if we can find some scat or some
Oh,
footprints of mountain lion or
awesome.
bobcat or coyote, whatever else is out here. There's a neat plant right here. If anybody that cares about plants. So behind us, we've got
I see.
we've got the crown of thorns, which is also found in places like Israel. The same basic plant, and it is basically called the crown of thorns because that's what they wrapped around Christ's head back in the day. So it's just interesting how it grows out here. It grows in Jerusalem, Israel. I'm so bad at that.
Desert areas?
Well,
Dry,
yeah, but where Christ was, where was he?
Yeah. Oh, Jerusalem?
Jerusalem. Yeah, I'm sorry, bad. So in Jerusalem, this grows as well.
Hold on. Both my ears are ringing. Something just came by. Both of them were like amped up, super high, and that
Because
never.
we were talking about this, maybe.
Okay.
So maybe because we're talking about this, I don't know. But this is what they basically wrapped around Christ's head.
Wow, something's just starting to dissipate.
If you want to get into the UFO idea, there is a band around the Earth, and we are in the same band here as they are there. The UFO band. What's it? The 34th parallel. It's
Okay.
It's a few degrees.
Like the latitude, longitude?
Yeah. So there's a band around the Earth, and I want to say it's the 34th parallel, but it's actually a few degrees of variation where the majority of the UFO activity occurs, which also happens to be Jerusalem and here in Sedona.
Is it a ley line?
Well, no, it's just a energetic band of.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a ley line. It's almost like just a belt.
Okay.
We'll have to look it up and show you guys.
Yeah.
Crown of thorns. Crown of thorns.
So we never know what we're going to experience out here. Of course, Arizona is filled with snakes, many poisonous snakes, but it's still cool enough that those should not be out. We're mostly looking for prints from big cats and wildlife because we do have a lot of that here. And this is a big wide open area. We brought Salt's dog Lakota with us, and he's run off, so we do feel a little safer with him around. Now we'll see if we can rally him up. I don't know how far he's gone. Wow, but the energy feels better here. I was explaining to Salt, there's a lot of basalt rock here. Now this is part of a volcano, and I'll show you some basalt. So as we were walking, we saw a lot of basalt that was actually on the trail, and Kim was explaining that this was an area of some volcanic activity. And I remembered that after my dad died, I found these amazing foothills surrounding Phoenix where I was drawn to walk on them constantly, day after day. And I felt the energy of grief literally leave my body, like just absorb into the rocks below me. And I felt so euphoric is the actual word that I was using. I was like, why am I feeling so good on these rocks? And I had my daughter Lonnie look it up, and she discovered that what we were walking on was basalt. That is the rock from volcanoes. So basalt is known as a very helpful healing aid. And if you have anywhere around you that was known for volcanic activity, or if you can get your hands on some basalt, I highly recommend it as a grief healing stone. It's kind of nice that we are surrounded by basalt out here, and of course there's limestone and all kinds of different types of rock, and it feels pretty magical, and we're very isolated. We did find Lakota. He returned, so we do have him back here, and we're going to get out our spirit boxes, our necrometer. We're going to communicate with the spirits. The ringing in the ears that I was having earlier completely went away. That was something that just came over me. I don't often have that. In fact, very rarely do I ever experience that with spirit, but it was in both ears, and it was really tuned up like a bell, and then it went away and completely cleared. So that is gone. That was an energy that just moved through the area that we were at. And I feel like this area right here is going to be pretty good for us with our other devices. So stay tuned.
Oh, somebody buried something down there?
Yeah, I know, right?
I buried a.
Rocks on top.
This looks like a buried a
dog.
dog, Joe.
Oh, there is some.
Joe.
Oh fuck! I'm sitting there like stacking my stuff on it.
Joe.
Okay, I'm
Joe's
gonna
not
film
the
this.
name
Hold
of
on a
it.
second.
Oh, probably Joe's ashes.
Oh wait, I was just trying. I was calling Salt to come over here. I'm like, it feels so good over here. I just love the space. Let's get out our spirit boxes. And the exact location where I was standing, where I had laid my bag moments ago, she goes, "Why are all these rocks stacked?" I'm like,
It looks like a burial.
yeah. And then we looked a
Site.
little closer, and it really does. And it has little tinier rocks on top of the rocks. And
Almost like a pet, like a dog, but then it said Joe.
then we saw a name tag. So this is actually a burial. So
For a human, it seems. Let's find
it's
out.
pretty small, but I'm going to show you what this looks like.
Don't it away.
I don't know. Okay, so here's the stack of rocks that I came to. And then, as Salt pointed out, it does look like a burial. And we started noticing these little tiny rocks on top. And then further noticed that there is an actual name. Joe. So you actually never really know what you're going to run across when you're in the open desert like this. We don't know if Joe was a human or if Joe was an animal that somebody buried out here, but this most certainly is a burial site. And we found it by complete accident. I guess in all this area that we could have gone to in this whole immense open desert, it was like this area specifically just drew us right to it. So we're going to say a prayer for Joe, regardless if Joe is a human or an animal. We're just going to pay some respect here. We're going to say a nice prayer. And we're also going to do spirit box just to make sure that Joe doesn't need some help. So I just plugged in my device, went to start it, and it is completely dead. So, and apparently Joe might have drained this today. Okay, nothing at all. Nothing, no lights. Okay, so what devices do you have there?
Well, I'm trying to right now just hook up my speakers, but I'm not having luck. And again, is it Joe? It's kind of irritating. I don't know why. That looks good. It keeps disconnecting. Come on, baby. Well, without mics, we can do it too. 2 channels, so you could have 2. You could have 1 AM,
Okay.
1 FM.
Sure.
So let's do.
I like reverse sweep for some reason.
I do too. So we got 1 FM, 1 AM, reverse, volume, and then we got this guy.
Let's see.
Oh, it's interfering with that. Okay. Oh, this thing's spiking. Okay. So let's do this. Oh, it says phones.
Oh, here, show it.
All right. So we're using this app, Necrometer, and it just showed us the first word, phones, and that's pretty wild because it's like, hurry up and get your equipment ready. But if Joe wouldn't keep messing with our equipment, it would be appreciated.
Batteries are drained. Speakers aren't working. We're having issues with
So you know, I'm gonna use the action camera more just for extra audio.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna keep it body snatchers. Oh, that's body snatchers. Okay. So the Necrometer app, just like any other app or item, totaling.
Okay. Is that one scanning? Is it scanning?
So this one scans radio frequencies AM and FM. It's dual channel. It is the PSB11 with adjustable noise control. So the adjustable noise control is on the back. I don't always use that. So we've got it on AM, FM, 2 channels in reverse. So we're gonna try that and this. See what shows up. I screamed.
Can you see? Is there kind of a glare on it?
Yeah.
Let's see. There we go. Yeah.
Haunt office? What? That's doesn't even.
Okay.
How about?
You know,
we want to know about Joe. So Diana, you want to?
yeah. So what I want to do? Let's let our devices run for a minute because anything will come through on this, right? And we'll hear something if it comes through any voices on the spirit box. Why don't we just take a moment to sit and connect with him intuitively and see what we get, and then we'll come back and do the devices and see if we can get confirmation.
And I'll set this up as a B-roll nearby where it can pick up audio and video.
Perfect. Where I must go?
That's a weird word.
Fuselage?
Fuselage?
Is it fuselage?
But there's no G. Fuselage?
Fuselage?
Anybody know this word? We're going to look it up. It looks like fuselage, but different.
Oh, what does it say now? 9.
So I'm going to screenshot this.
Interesting.
Let me set this up also. Hang on to this for a moment, man. I'm just gonna.
We've actually, Salt always uses the necrometer on her tours out in the desert. And I was skeptical about it. However, I would have to say that it's similar to any other paranormal device. The more you work with it, the more you engage with it, the more the device will actually work for you. So I have had great results after using mine after Salt introduced me to it. So she's been using hers for a lot longer, and she gets a lot of communication through hers. So if you're working with different apps and you're interested, I think you should try out the Necrometer. That's a downloadable app that you can get. And of course, always use discernment. And like any other paranormal device, after you're done using it, close down the portal, do a clearing, because any kind of spirit can attach to you or the devices you're using.
Is it the 9? Is it the 9 Hopi? Can you tell us the 9?
Oh, the holy one?
Names? Well, we are down to the last 9 Hopi.
The grandfather Malava. Let's talk about it. Is the 9th?
It's the 9th and the 9th.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what it is, but... So the 9 names, it said 9 names. The other day, Diana and I and some of our tribe mates went to see a Hopi in the front. I'm not sure what that means. We'll see. She's turning the, what do you call that thing down? She's turning the spirit box down. All right. Yeah, so we were listening to the last of the 9 Hopi elder the other day speak about the sky people, the star people, Bigfoot, UFOs, his abduction, and he is the last service. Okay, he's the last of 9. So when we came out here and it said 9 spirits.
Good boy. Lakota is the best paranormal hunting dog ever.
Is that confirmation? Yes. Because he was kind of barking.
Good boy.
Is it confirmation? I don't know.
Yes, I think that's confirmation.
So we, potentially could be part of the Rainbow Warriors, and maybe it's important for us to continue on where they're going to be leaving off, because when the 9th elder dies, that is the last of the Hopi elders. The last. That's it. Anyways, so when the last Hopi elder is gone, that's when it begins, basically. And I gotta say the transition from the 4th world to the 5th world, which basically is, end times resurrection. In every culture, they all have that same story, revelation, end times. Of course, with the end, there's always a new beginning.
And in their belief system, it's the
during moments of weakness.
Right? The end of the 4th world.
Yeah, so we're going from the 4th world to the 5th. And everything I've heard, now he didn't go over everything, but there will be a blue kachina that dances in the square. Now, more recently they disclosed, and I was surprised they didn't talk about it, but the red kachina will precede the blue kachina. Some people believe the red kachina is more a kachina of destruction, kind of to wipe everything out, coming in like fire, to destroy. And then the blue kachina will dance in the square, and that will be a time of renewal. Again, that wasn't from him. That was from a few different sources I've gathered. Many people have the idea that the blue and the red kachina will be comets or some type of satellites. I don't believe so, because the kachina are the star people. Now, it could be a UFO. The Hopi are not dumb. They know the difference between a comet and a UFO. And the word kachina or kachina, that's the star people. So when they say a blue kachina or a red kachina, that tells me a humanoid individual that for some reason is labeled as blue or red. 3.
Standing at the door.
Standing at the
There must have been something here. There must have been something
yeah.
in this area. Front, standing at the door. What door?
Dubious.
Dubious.
As with any kind of paranormal investigation or mediumship work, you kind of collect a lot of data and evidence, and then you sift through and find out what's relevant, what's not relevant, and then you also pay attention to your environment. What other things are happening, such as all of our batteries dying or being led mysteriously to this grave. There's all kinds of things that happen that will lead you to kind of sum up your entire investigation or your entire experience with the spirit world. And that's part of what Salt was doing, was kind of going through the data bank of all the words that were coming out and then relaying it to an experience that we just shared together the other day with the Hopi elder, who is the 9th holy man, the last holy man of the Hopi tribe.
Right
So,
here, Diana. Where you were.
Right where I was standing, right?
Here.
Yeah, are you getting pushed or
I'm
like
just-
moving energy?
Ice, like chills.
Yeah,
Not like dead body ghost chills, but spirit.
yeah,
Something-
spirit. Yeah.
something. Sorry to interrupt you.
No,
but
that's
I
okay.
was like,
It's
is
part
this
of
where
that.
you were?
Yeah, it's part of what happens.
The way this app works is it has all the letters of the alphabet with also it'll have like, you know, CH, SCH, QU, but it doesn't actually have words. So a lot of apps like this have words. It's actually just letters. So the intelligent energy has to formulate words from letters. Bear in mind, they don't always speak English. I don't know how that works, but it does. And sometimes one word will...
I can do it.
I can do
Let me
it.
get a screenshot of that.
I can do it.
Hey, yes, you
Thank
are.
you. So it's like they're smarter
Yes.
than us. So they can do it. I can do it.
Well, for those of you that have done paranormal work in the past, maybe you've used things like Ovilus, Rebirth Daily. Okay. Yeah, I used to, years ago, I had the Ovilus and I loved it, by the way. But it's essentially how it works is like every word or every letter has a frequency and vibration, and the spirit world is able to use a frequency to help deliver the right word or letters.
Is that how it works? Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Mhm.
he was just...
It was like a frequency bank. I just saw something over there.
You did?
Uh-huh.
What'd you see? Like an orc, a shadow? Person? An animal?
Short person.
Oh.
This is the area right there where I saw the person. It's right behind that bush right there.
It was by the bush height.
Like an ant person?
It could be. I didn't see it that clearly.
So the other day when we went out on tour, I was calling in the ant people because I learned
you
more.
were?
Well, because I learned more about them. So the ant people are these little humanoid beings that live under the ground, according to the Hopi.
Yeah.
And they're helpful and they're good. And they've been here longer than us, and will be here longer than us. And yes. So maybe that's what you saw. Was it an ant person? Was it an elemental? Was it a?
It was
you know,
not blue, and I can't remember which ones the Hopi were telling us were blue or not. I have seen little people before. I've seen them here in Arizona. I've seen them by the base of Cathedral in the neighborhood. I stayed there in 2015 and saw a little person very clearly. It was actually in the room that I was staying in. And I've seen them in the Burlington Vortex in the woods, climbing up the tree. So that would be the third one that I've seen like this. So skin tone, naked.
oh,
Yeah, skin tone, not blue.
gray or beige like us?
No, like us.
Like beige,
Yeah.
whitish,
Mhm,
beigeish,
mhm.
whatever color we are.
Yeah, so
Interesting, because I've seen little gray people, but they're like about 4 feet tall. And they're grayish, but they're not grays. I've seen those.
here,
No, but I've seen them in Sedona.
Yeah.
And the I want to say it's the Yavapai, and maybe the Hopi, but some of the native people. And I may say the name wrong because the guy that gave me the name didn't know how to tread carefully. Tread carefully. The yeah, and those guys are actually troublemakers.
Yeah.
They're just like leprechaun energy, that trickster kind of playful energy. And I want to say it's like cacao or something like that. And basically, the ones I've seen, they're about 4 feet tall, and they look like a little skinny kid with a big head. And they have they have eyes that are smaller, like we would, and they're gray. I never noticed any genitalia, because they're naked basically. They're kind of grayish.
Right.
Feeling of being targeted. Well, that's interesting. We're gonna watch Lakota's behavior.
Yeah, we're gonna do a nice healing too.
And Autumn, and they have these little sharp teeth. The nose is very nondescript. The ears are very nondescript, but they're there. So they have small eyes, nose, ears, nondescript. They're very small, and then the teeth, and they're like, and they do that a lot, just kind of scary. And they're very playful and they're very annoying. But I've been around them where I'm meditating. They literally want to pick me up and carry me away. I'm like, stop, just get out of here. So you. Oh, leave a bottle of liquor. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's got to be Joe.
Let's talk to Joe.
Okay.
Okay, I think we gotta talk to Joe.
Here, show that on the screen.
Okay, so we will bring some liquor back for Joe.
Difficult to believe.
Difficult to believe. Oh.
That's cool. So
The story about your little people with the sharp teeth.
Yeah, probably.
I never see the little people with the sharp teeth, just so you know.
Well, they're just
That's unique. That's unique here.
Energy.
Yeah. That's very unique.
Bad ghost.
Bad ghost. You're right. Yes. Exactly. So,
what kind of liquor would you like, Joe?
Yeah.
Do you like a particular type of liquor?
Vodka,
rum, whiskey, gin,
bourbon, beer.
Now I've noticed with this app,
it's almost better when we're talking.
it is, right?
Right?
I've noticed with this
Starts
app,
using our
well, he
energy.
probably uses our energy. I
Yeah.
noticed with this app that, if it's a regular human ghost, sometimes it takes a minute for each response. Relationship.
Mhm.
We're not in a relationship. So thanks for asking. Diana's single. Diana's like, come on, don't hook me with dead people. Diana likes dead people. It's still for me, but it saves them.
Haunted location.
Yes.
Haunted location.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us more, Joe, about what kind of liquor you have, or perhaps what happened to you. Can you tell us what were you doing here?
Profanes?
Like profanes.
That's what I was thinking. Profanes. We'll have to look that word up.
Yeah, we have to look. Well, you know what they do? I'm like, people say, why do they use that word and not this? I'm like, because it might replace 5 words, 1 word.
Teapot?
Teapot.
Yeah, spirits have told me all kinds of things before.
I
Like,
bet you there's some money in the teapot or something. Right? Or that's where he keeps his whiskey.
well, I've asked in different haunted places, like, how did you die? And I've heard things like working disease. And I'm like, working disease? I've never heard of that. And then I Google it and I do historical research and all that stuff. And I find out that back in the day, working disease is what they called heart attack. Because they believed that you would have heart attacks if you worked too hard.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And so they didn't call it heart attack, they called it working disease.
Oh, wow.
So spirits, like, in different eras, they have completely different terms for things. And I've learned many things. I've learned about, Grover Cleveland. I've learned about his presidency. I've learned about how the people felt, especially during his second term. I mean, they spill it, but I have to research it to learn what they're talking about.
Right, me too.
But I value that, because it's like the spirits have so much to talk about.
Yeah, because I had BAAL come up the other night, Baal, and he was talking, whoever the spirit was talking about the warning, the coming signs. Rain will be a warning sign.
Sutures.
Oh, somebody got sutures. Joe's ready to talk again. But anyways, Baal, B-A-A-L, is like the god of storms, weather, fertility. And he basically said, I will come after the darkness lifts. And I'm like, oh, okay. Good or bad? Not sure, but that came out. So I get a lot of interesting things too. But it looks like sutures. This looks like Joe.
Majorities.
Majorities.
Wait, let me see that.
Majorities.
It's not a J. That's
Yeah, it is a J. It's just
it is? Okay, it looked like a D.
Yeah, you know what? Let me take a screenshot.
Oh, yes, I see it now.
One thing about this app, whoever created it, it'd be nice to have a different text that's easier to read. So if you're watching this, that would be because it's hard to read the text.
It'd be a little easier to read.
And plus the text doesn't need to be scary. It really doesn't.
Just clear.
Just clear.
Just clear, because you're usually in a dark environment trying to read it.
was trying to escape, but I know.
I'm not alive.
Is there anything you want to tell? Is there anything you want to tell
Okay.
us?
Can we confirm if this is Joe before we get our connection direct? Can you say something through this device? Can you say yes if it's you, Joe? Or say something positive that it is you? And if it's somebody else, give us your name. We're totally open, so whoever it is. I know.
All around us. He sees
I know.
everything.
Yeah, he does. It's okay, boy.
He doesn't usually get that. Well, he's also on the leash. You can do it. Can you formulate your name? Because we understand there may be a guy here named Joe, but there are many spirits. So who are we? I just saw something. Who are we? I just saw like a little. I don't know. I'm not sure what it was. Just like a little dark. It was actually like a dark little, like a dark orb, very small. So maybe that's somebody that's stuck here. Does anybody need to be crossed over? Usually they really chime in for that one.
I know, but I felt them surrounding us earlier,
Yeah.
so I know that they came.
Yeah, because every time I come here, I've been, well, not here per se, but to this area, I've been crossing people, so.
Yeah, I'm really noticing for the first time this area up here.
Yeah.
Is there an area of structures up there? Let's see.
There's,
Not today.
Diana doesn't have the best hiking shoes.
No, but I just
You know,
see if there's anything up there.
I think personally that there was a lot of stuff out here and it was covered up with the lava rock. Personally.
We'll look away.
I know, as soon as we talk about
we're
stuff.
like blah 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 blah, and then
And
we'll
then
get the
he'll come
perfect
back.
name.
Little ant people.
They do need our energy.
Little blue people, little teethy people.
Yeah, you know, just like in a
us.
regular seance or any kind of room where you're anticipating any kind of spirit communication, even paranormal investigations or research, when you get the energy moving in the room is when you get all the activity, because the spirit world does need our energy. They're stuck in between planes. They don't have their own source of energy. So they do need to derive it from batteries and electronics
I'm gonna try to get some
and
energy.
human beings. So the more we are, talking, laughing, in a lot of spiritualist groupings, you actually will sing to raise vibrations in the room. And the singing really, really elevates the environment and allows spirits to come through better. So we've definitely experienced that here today too. Every time she and I are talking and laughing, the spirit box starts going off, or necrometer starts going off with relevant content. So
I've seen a few times by Lakota, and I just saw it again, the white lights flashing around him.
okay,
And I thought it was our gear, but that time it wasn't.
okay.
So Lakota's over here under the tree. I've got my camera on him right now, and I just saw like a white flash go by him. Yeah, it was like a white flash. And because he's in the shade, it'll be easier to see it. I tried to film before. He actually calmed down. It's interesting.
Yeah, now he's
that
nice and
wind.
calm.
That wind came in, and
Yeah.
then he laid down.
Okay, someone's over here. So, this is somebody. I just felt like, not a push, but I felt energy come to me and made me super dizzy, and now I'm feeling it around my head. I haven't even got in to get my meditation yet. It was just like a forward energy and then a lot of dizziness.
Well, and Lakota's crying. Lakota's over here sensing something. He probably sees it. He's not afraid of anything, but Lakota sees something. He's looking behind me now. He was looking at you, Diana. Now he's looking at. He's looking behind me now. He was.
I am actually, when I was asking for my connection, immediately, there's a lot of Native Americans running around that are around us right now.
back here. They're coming in through here.
Yeah.
They're coming in through here, at least according to Lakota. I'm gonna sit back here with him so he doesn't bark as much. I know he's seen stuff around you because otherwise, you know, he didn't do that before. Right here, Diana, where you were.
Right where I was
Right
standing, right?
here.
Yeah, you get flushed.
Well, I'm just ice, like chills. Not like dead body ghost chills, but spirit. Something. Sorry to interrupt you,
No,
but
that's okay.
I was like, and this is where you were.
Yes, part of what happens.
This is where you
Yeah.
were. It's intense.
Yes.
What kind of print is this? I don't know if you can see it on camera. So it's got a pad. It's got fingers. It's got a toe. But, a bear. It's too big for a bear in this area, unless it's a really large bear. That's the only thing it could be in this area, perhaps. So here's my hand. So if I put my hand where the, let's say, animal print is, it's there, and it goes to here, but it seems like it goes all the way back to here. So if this is, I'm gonna put my hands here. So is that a bear? Could be a bear, but doesn't quite look like it, and I don't think, it almost looks like a fingerprint right there, which is humanoid, but it's not a typical, it's not like our fingerprints. So that's quite interesting. All right. That's wild. That's wild.
Okay.
Now that we're filming. Well, I was recording before, but look, usually it's much more active. Oh, you want me?
Soul rest.
Something
Something
soul
soul rest.
soul rest. Did it say urgent soul rest?
Would you like some help crossing over? I'd like to do a healing for you and any other spirits that are here. Would you like that today? We're going to do a healing for you right now, and anybody that needs it, that can hear our voice, that can see us, that senses us, wherever you are, come now, and we're going to open up a big portal of light and do a healing and cross you over, okay?
Are you ready? Can you just take... What is ask?
Something trust.
I am recording this, so hopefully we'll, you know what I mean? That's kind of what... Vessels? Whiskey?
Something or haunted.
I'm going to turn my back this way towards
Okay,
the room.
so are you filming this?
Yeah, so...
Okay, so how about if you film that,
And
and
you'll
I'll
do
do
the
the crossover
Okay,
and see
awesome.
if you get any
Yep.
voices.
Awesome.
Alright, guys.
Well, there's no words on it, but I'm recording the sound. That's
Yeah.
what we want, right? I heard something respect, I thought, and then I also heard resist. So, I don't know. We'll find out. Are you going to be down here?
Well, that's okay if you just want to...
Veg.
On that. Okay. Okay, so you ask for any of the spirits to come. Ooh, comfy. Comfortable inside box.
It said open, yep.
Just open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
did she tell me?
I feel like it said something, do what you tell me? I'm not sure.
Did you say portal?
It said something like, yeah, portal, or maybe it might have said portal. I hear a rattling in my right ear, like a ticking. I hear the wind kicking up.
One.
It said, did it say gone? It said,
Science.
we'll have to listen.
We
Like,
can, yeah, we can.
is that what you do? You slow down? Because I have a hard time. I didn't.
Listen
Okay.
to it afterwards. I'll just listen to that short clip of the voice over and over.
Is there anybody still here? Is everybody crossed?
If you're a spirit that's a helper, that's come here to Earth to help other spirits, if you're a guardian, you've been to the light and you're back, that's fine. You have every right to come and go. We are only helping to heal and cross over those that have been trapped between planes. So whoever's communicating to us, if you can look around in your realm.
Swamps asked me.
Okay. Well, I asked for Joe. I asked for Joe, the Native Americans, the pioneers, also any animal spirits or entity spirits, anything that is in this entire realm or that followed us from the car or from the moment that we left the house and came out here, anything that came that was attracted to this energy or attached to us for this healing, that they received it. And then I sent everything into the light. And right when they were going through is when you said like the wind and everything I picked up. It was like...
Yeah, and I heard this like in my right ear. It was like a...
pressure? Oh, ticking?
It was like a... But it wasn't like a tree ticking. It was... I think it said bye. Did it say bye or die? Of course, I... Slow or something.
I don't know. I wish we had words on that one.
No, and I could put it back the other way, but it's not as...
Yeah.
We could. You want to put it back...
We'll just listen to it after. We'll figure out what it is.
So when I use it on this setting, people, I have a hard time understanding it, which is why I usually put it on the other one. You get way more action this way. It's much easier for them. It's way easier, but the problem is it's harder for us.
Yeah.
So, and then if you put it back to this one, then you get more of the, the words. So, it's kind of a toss-up.
We're very talkative though.
Yeah.
We'll get some good content like that.
Is there anybody else here, coming and going, that wants to talk to us in any way? Is that the big giant? My name is Offrock. I don't know. I don't know who that was. Oh.
I think this one's not a good one to use out here.
Yeah, I gotta work with that one. I had action using... First name? My first name is Kim. What's your first name?
Mine would have been great
if it worked. Yeah. You know, Diana, bring extra batteries, right? And you know that bring extra batteries.
I know, not too much.
Stochastic resonance is a phenomenon in which a weak signal is enhanced by adding a certain level of noise. It occurs in various systems, including physics, neuroscience, and engineering.
What does it mean in a spiritual, paranormal sense?
In a spiritual or paranormal context, stochastic resonance could be seen as a way that subtle energies, messages, or phenomena become perceivable when the right conditions align. Just as in science, where adding a bit of noise helps weak signals become detectable, in the metaphysical realm, this concept could explain why certain people experience visions, synchronicities, or paranormal events when their consciousness is tuned to the right frequency. For example, in shamanic practices, altered states of consciousness, whether through drumming, meditation, or breathwork, might act as the noise that amplifies. Stochastic resonance is a phenomenon in which a weak signal is enhanced by adding a certain level of noise. It occurs in various systems, including physics, neuroscience, and engineering. The idea is that the noise helps push a system over a threshold, making an otherwise undetectable signal more noticeable. Was that what you were referring to, or did you mean something else?
What does it mean in a spiritual, paranormal
I think it was your device.
sense?
In a spiritual or paranormal context, stochastic resonance could be seen as a way that subtle energies, messages, or phenomena become perceivable when the right conditions align. Just as in science, where adding a bit of noise helps weak signals become detectable, in the metaphysical realm, this concept could explain why certain people experience visions, synchronicities, or paranormal events when their consciousness is tuned to the right frequency. For example, in shamanic practices, altered states of consciousness, whether through drumming, meditation, or breathwork, might act as the noise that amplifies subtle spiritual signals, making them more accessible. Some also speculate that electromagnetic fields or environmental energies could enhance paranormal experiences, much like stochastic resonance in physics.
How about a lava rock?
Yeah. I was looking for a lava rock
There-
or a crystal. Did you find a crystal?
I found a nice big fat lava rock
Okay.
because they have a lot of limestone and crystal, and I'm not seeing crystal, so how about this big fat lava rock?
Yeah. It has a lava rock on there, so that's
Oh, it does? Okay. Oh, yeah, it does. I'm gonna put the lava rock here. Unless you want to put it on top. What do you think, Lakota? What do we got here? What is it? He was sniffing in here pretty hard. What's in there, Lakota? What's underground? What's here? What's here? What's there? He stuck his nose and sniffed hard. Cat's claw.
I hate
No,
those.
it's the wait a minute plant. All right, let me. There's one that was a little in between too. I can grab it if you want. That's a nice one. Let me grab There's one more if you like the lava rock up here. I grabbed the big one. Where's that little one? Here he is. Thank you. This one's a little bit, and then you
yeah, that's a nice one.
and then there's,
Okay.
and then I mean,
Yeah, good. I think this is the right choice.
well, for grief, wash those cat's claws.
I like some of these. Oh, these ones that they picked. These are really pretty.
Yeah, they did a nice job
Okay,
finding
so-
those. Look at the crystal.
Yes, that one there. And another one right there. Okay, Lakota, you showing your respects?
He was really sniffing
Good
in there
boy.
too.
Good boy. We had such an adventure, and we're so happy to be able to share this with you today.
Thank you, Diana.
Yeah, thank you.
So this is Diana
great.
Palm, and I want to thank you all out there, our tribe, so much. And again, we need more tribe mates. So subscribe, engage with us, share for truth, love, and freedom.
Oh, wait, go forward. Okay.
Diana, thank you so much. Again, my
Oh,
name-
it's so much fun today. If you guys would like to have more adventures with Salt, let her know in the comments, because she's contemplating right now if you want to get on location more with the audience, because she's on location every single day. But do you want to take everyone with you? Do you guys want to go with her? Let her
I
know.
don't know. Do you want to go
Yeah.
to the outer dimensions beyond the Meatsuit? Are you ready?
All right. All right. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
And thank you, Salt.
Thank you. Thank you.
Aw.